Hello, agus fáilte go Gaelic leor insta beo. I'm going to do a wee grammar lesson, not a wee grammar lesson, a wee kind of miniature, just, like keep it focused. Who me going to stay? I got a thing in from the other day, vo rethought agus hurstad. Can you explain how to use Airson and also re? Now re's, that's a whole other lesson. So rud ha me do Yanu, Airson today. So Airson is a very important word in Gaelic. It appears all over the shop and it has a couple of little complexities which are part of how to do it. So Airson pretty much means for, okay? For. But the other important thing to remember is it can also mean for the sake of, okay? Okay, but we're going to explain a few of the different ways that this all works in. So, Airson means for. Okay, if you're looking for a direct, simple translation as a learner, it can be used there. Now, Avelu Airson vote. Avelu votig Airson Trump no Biden. There you go. That's one for our American friends. Avelu votig Airson Trump no Biden. So that's that's how it works. So are you voting for Trump or Biden? Easy enough to do. Okay. Now, however, okay, sorry again, as you see, this is me. I have to write these all backwards, by the way. Undervote a Gaelic Airson Brexit. Did the Gaelic, the old woman, vote for Brexit? Undervote a Gaelic Airson Brexit. Okay. Now, probably. Not your demographic, but where's it got? Then you've got at the bottom though, Habage Iad Airson Efraunsa. They fought for the prince. So think going back to Culloden, Habage Iad Airson Efraunsa. They fought for the prince. So they do it, or they fought for the sake of the prince. Okay. Now Airson can also mean that for sake of. If you think about it, also means because. So. Habajid Airson Efrain. So they fought because of the prince or they fought for the prince. So it has all those type of meanings as well. So that's Airson in the basic. Now it has, and then what's the next one here? I've got too many people joining me, it's lovely. Avelu Jishel Airson Ianu. Are you ready to do it? Or are you ready for to do it? Okay, so you'll hear people ready, that Taylor Swift song, I'm not going to sing it, are you ready for it? Avelu Jishel Airson Ianu. Are you ready to do it? Okay, are you ready for to do it? And you'll hear that in old, kind of in Highland English, in the old days, are you for doing it? Okay, are you going to do it? Okay, and actually that kind of structure exists in Norwegian as well. So perhaps a bit of a crossover there. So, Avelu Airson Ianu, are you ready for to do it? Okay, Avelu Jishel Airson Ianu. Right, so, if there's any questions, please throw them in. Okay, now, look at again, Airson in another example. Had a chian Airson Lion Sura. I hope not right now. Had a chian Airson Lion Sura. Middle of a pandemic, please stay at home, safe. But had the Chian, Airson, Lion, Sura. They're coming for holidays. So again, a very basic example of using Airson in the same way we would in English for. Okay. But rule one. Okay. Airson is a compound preposition. Now that means it's made up of two different parts, air and son, and that means that it is a compound preposition. We've talked about prepositions in the past. Prepositions are basic words like on, at, ig, air, re, fo, mu, okay, about, on, under, all these things. But we also have words called compound prepositions, and they are propositions made out of two things, okay? And they're made out of nouns, actually. So, and because they're made out of nouns, compound prepositions, they take what we talked about in the previous Instagram Live about grammar. They take the genitive, they take the possessive case because they're technically things, okay? And that's actually, we've seen that one already in this one. Prince, if we go back here to, this is high tech, isn't it? Habage Iad Airson Efraunsa. Okay, Prince, the prince, but Habage Iad Airson Efraunsa, Prince there is in the genitive case. Again, I apologise completely for my handwriting, but I have terrible handwriting anyway, and I have to write backwards to do it, so it's the right way around for you. So the first rule of Airson is it causes the genitive to get used. So, ha mi gober Airson a company. In company, the company, but ha mi gober Airson a company. Okay? Or, if we're talking about countries, okay, ha Ryan Frischel a clych Airson ne Halabe. Ryan Fraser plays for Scotland. As you know, countries always take the genitive case when they have to take the genitive case, and they always then take an article even if they don't have one. And when you say Alape, but ha Ryan Frischel a clych Airson ne Halabe. Ha Ryan Frischel a clych Airson ne Halabe. So, and high clych Kamako Jock, he's playing well as well, so that was good. So some week for the old Scotland with the old Balcosha, so I should map. So, Ryan Fisher close and Alpha. So it takes the genitive case. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to give some examples here. So, Vashin e Keet Airson Evalich. We were looking for the boy. Baloch, but Vashin e Keet Airson Evalich. We're looking for the boy. Okay, and at the same time, Va Baloch e Keet Airson Nen Inevach. Okay, the boy was looking for the adults. The plural genitive here, which actually takes the singular form. That's a completely other video again as well. But Airson has to make any noun that comes after it, if it's a direct object, has to come into the genitive, what we call the possessive case. Okay, the Airson and the Baloch are related. Okay, Airson Evalich. Okay, Airson Evalich. Right, so Airson Evalich, Airson in Inevach. And that's what we're doing here now. I'm trying to remember. Now, rule 2 is this one. This is the mo-do rule, okay? So you'll hear people say all the time, and also Gaelic medium kids out there, Airson misha, or Airson me, or Airson u. That is what I would like to call a mo-do no-no. There you go, that's my little catchphrase tonight. A mo-do no-no. None of this Airson misha nonsense. If your children say that, put them outside in the cold until they learn. Okay, I'm not advocating that. I'm not for doing that. Okay, so it's a mode Airson mission. Now, what does that mean? Now, like as I said previously, Airson's actually made up of 2 parts, and the fact it actually is usually written as one word, okay, doesn't really help this. So, but Airson can be split into air and son. And instead of using me and u, I've got another page, okay, is you, I must have 2 pages in this, it's a valuable most. Okay, what we do there, we've got our pronouns there, me, u, e, shin, shiv, iad. If you're a new learner of Gaelic, I would recommend implicitly that you learn those, you can reel those off, because you'll discover pronouns are very important in Gaelic. Not in a kind of really kind of controversial, anyway, we won't go down that rabbit hole, but about pronouns, but me, u, e, shin, shiv, iad, okay? And Gaelic doesn't like pronouns just floating about the place, okay? What we do have, though, is if we can't use them, what can we use? Well, what we can use is we use the possessional pronouns instead, and we put the possessional pronouns into the middle of the word. So, instead of me, you use mo, okay? So, for me, or for the sake of me, you say mohan. For you, irtahan. For him, irahan. Now, the Gaelic for she is also a, but it doesn't unite. So, a son. So, irmahan, irtahan, irahan, son. So, ha aviluket irmahan. Are you looking for me? Hamiket irtahan. I'm looking for you. Vamiket irahan. I was looking for it, or I was looking for him. Or vamiket irason. I was looking for her, or I was looking for it. Something feminine. Aviluket irarson. Are you looking for us? Irarson. Irson. So that used the wrong way around. Irarson, which is stupid because it's a letter that you should be able to write both ways round just by doing a basic U. It's my own problem for making it serif. Irarson. Is there Airson for you? So I show a present Airson. This is a present for you, and Airson. Vamiaket Airson. I was looking for them. Okay, so that's how you express for me, for you in Gaelic. You don't put anything down at the end after Airson, you put it in the middle. It's an important skill to master. It's one that really is, it's a very specific, well, not specific to Gaelic, it's specific to all the Celtic languages, but this is a real kind of way to make your Gaelic grammatically correct and acceptable for, say, you want employment in Gaelic, or you just want to make sure that you sound good, you know. So, sound good. Sorry, bad, poor English. I would lie that it's not my first language, but so. Anyway, so that's Airson. So here's some questions. Avelu akait ir mohon. Are you looking for me? Avelu akait ir mohonsa. You'll also hear, and that brings us back to Misha. Avelu akait ir son Misha. That modo no. That's what we're going to say. As I'm going to talk about it from now on. I can't wait. I've been teaching for 15 years. I've never used that phrase until tonight. So I'm really chuffed to have a new catchphrase. Maybe you get some t-shirts made up. Anyway, Avelu akait ir mahon se. And these little things here, that's like saying Misha, okay? In Gaelic, we don't really stress things. We don't go, in English, people tend to stress letters a lot more. It's more how they say it than, whereas in Gaelic, it can be quite, although it's a very melodic and lovely ancient language of the Gael, ancient. We don't stress words in the same way that they do in English, where people can emphasise the sound of a word in a sentence. In Gaelic, it's more, and to emphasise me, you go misha. Instead of going me, you go misha. And it's the same here. So, ir mahonsa, for me in particular, ir mahonsa. So, that's, you'll see these little things here, and there is a whole range of things that go down with, going back here, we would say, actually I should write these in, Ir mahon se, ir dahon se, ir ahon sun, ir ahon she, ir erson, ir erson se, agus ir and son. But you can do it, but the one you'll mostly hear is ir mahon se, or ir dahon se, okay? Just if you try to specify who it is, okay? Vill Kate ir mahon se, okay? And that's how you can emphasize it. Right, rule 3, okay? Airson can be used in place of a giari, as in I want. So, hami e giari briskage, okay? But you cannot say hami airson briskage, okay? Well, you can, but it doesn't sit right. What you have to do, because actually, if you think about it, if you are talking about hami airson or hami e giari briskage, what you want to do with the brisket? With the biscuit, okay, you want to eat it, and that's where using airson is useful. So usually you use airson to express wanting to do something, being for something, but usually only if there's a verb involved. Okay, so I'll give you some examples of it here. So okay, now with just an action, hami airson fallav. I am for leaving. I want to go. Okay, hami airson fallav. So say you're at a party, your significant other comes up to you and goes, hami airson fallav, and you're like, hami airson furach, I want to stay. No, hamisha airson fallav. There's your emphatic. Hamisha airson fallav. That's how they emphasise that they want to leave. Hamisha airson fallav. But hamisha airson furach, I want to stay. Hamisha airson fallav. So hamisha airson fallav, hamisha airson furach. So that's how you're expressing. There's an action. That's actually a good example of what we call verbal noun. Okay, we hear this a lot in Gaelic talking about verbal nouns. Okay, verbal nouns are people. It's confusing because you're in school and your nice little Gaelic primary teacher went, verbs a doing word, nouns a naming word. Okay, but then people go verbal noun. You go, what the heck's a verbal noun? That's like apples and oranges, but the verbal noun is just the action. Weaving is a thing, okay? It's not a thing. It's not like a transformer or a bowl or a thing that you can just say, like, there you go, but it is a thing you can name. So, hami airson fallav, I am for weaving. Okay? Now, as we said, but if you can't really use airson in the same sense as a giari, and here's an example, okay? Hami airson im. Okay, now in that sense, you're not saying I want butter. Okay, because that would be ha mi giri im, I want butter. Okay, now I wouldn't recommend you do this just on its own, usually on a piece of toast or a piece of bread, but it's much more acceptable to say ha mi Airson im iche, I want to eat butter. Ha mi Airson im iche. Okay, ha mi giri im, but not ha mi Airson im. To make that seem more natural to a Gaelic speaker, you would put in a verb. Okay, ha mi Airson im iche, in this sense. I want to eat butter. Ha mi Airson im iche. Okay, so that's how you use Airson to express desire. I am for doing it. So, avelu Airson mo chudjachuk. Are you for helping me? Avelu Airson mo chudjachuk. Now, again, we can't just use me. You can't say avelu Airson chudjachuk me. In this case, again, this is another example. This is a whole other lesson. Yeah. Ha mi Airson im ein as well. Chudjach ian. Yep. I want to get butter. Yep. It'd be the same thing. Not ha mi Airson. Also, you'll notice as well, going back here, the emphasis is on the object first. Ha mi Airson im, I am for butter. Okay, eating, or I am for butter getting. That's what we call inversion between the object and the verb. So ha mi Airson im iche, or as Ian Hunter's just said, and think ha mi Airson im ein, I want to get butter. I am for butter getting. Okay, oh sorry, I am for butter getting. I forget which side I'm looking at and which you can see me. So, avelu Airson mo chudjachuk. Are you for my helping? Avelu Airson mo chudjachuk. Okay. Now, next one down here, ha callum Airson warog. Okay, callum is for it's finding. Ha callum Airson warog. Okay, a lorog or a warog. Okay. And that's how we use it in that sense. Now, one thing as well that I forgot to say is you can use Airson as kind of like because as well. And this makes it really hard because I've now got on live Instagram TV try and write something backwards, upside down to make sure that Airson. Now, Airson can be used a bit like or, Airson Gaelic, ha mi Airson guroe donna. Okay, and what you do, you get Airson, you can use Airson as because. Some people use it for because. Because as we said, it's for the sake of, like, Vami Savage, Airson Ifreunsa. Airson, this is actually real, this is like doing cognitive behaviour therapy. Try to think upside down, right upside down, and do a live broadcast at the same time. Hami ski, Airson, yeah. So let's say this, okay? Hami ski, oh my gosh, this is really hard. Hami ski, this should be the video actually, this should be a TikTok. Airson guvel, let's say Airson guru mi. This is actually, oh my goodness, this actually isn't true, but I don't know if you've ever seen that old what do you call it? Right, so this is an example of using Airson as because, okay? Ha mi ski Airson guro mi. Oh no, damn it. What? Oh, actually, you know what? I've gone and. Yeah. Because I wrote it upside down, I have written it the wrong way round. Okay, so. Well, I've actually written the right way round, but not for you guys. So here's an example. Oh, hello, Julie. Yeah, Julie in here. Good joke. Get a song out of her. Right. So if you wanted to say, and this actually, seeing how this is going down, falling to bits because I can't write upside down and back to front. If you want, this is how you can use Airson for because. Ha mi ski Airson guro mi agol røyer. Okay, I am tired for or because I was drinking last night, which isn't true, by the way. My mother watches this. So, ha mi ski Airson guro mi agol røyer. I am ski for I was drinking last night, okay? Or ha mi ski Airson nach dur mi cadal. I am tired because I didn't get sleep. Airson. So you can use Airson in the same sense as because. And you have to use, instead of using ha chanel, you have to use guru. Yeah, ha mi ski Airson guru mi a gul er mila time guji lu tap alive. That's great. Oh, that's quite fancy. Haven't explored that. So that's almost as done with Airson, but there is one final thing here that I want to cover. Now this is a wee quest for you in terms of Airson. Jane Cusperin a ha shiv Airson feiken. So Jane Cusperin a ha shiv Airson feiken Gaelic. What are the subjects that you want to see going through the questions? So we Kurishjak DM, send us a DM or something like that. You know, I just try and do these ones all live. There is a lot of to be honest with you, the hardest part of it is the backwards writing on these. I have to do it. Moleskines are expensive and nice, so I tend to use these for writing poetry, but they're about the right size for doing this. So if you want to, I should just set up a Patreon and you guys could buy me lots of nice little manuscript books. Catch and Duru and Lanushin Island River. Hurmie vo fein Instagram Sanasin Instagram column. Shouldn't find doing me yet. But had ma Shalom Guk Jalov Alan Minage column. Durhami off air Yin. Gina Cuspin has. So what subjects do you want to see on Gaelic Go, or what kind of thing covered? I like literature in Gaelic. Possibly. In fact, no, if you're looking for literature in Gaelic, Christiana Aaron, go and look at the Dave Laum Instagram account. They do a Gaelic book every day. Horror literature, I don't know. I'm not really a horror person, so but I do have an Ike Hound video which I've just put up again, so if you go down through my things you'll find my Halloween vocabulary from last year, quite relevant to today's political situation as well. And so now this is what we're going to fit. Yes, big and barstock, how Kirsty lure. But the final thing I'm going to talk about is there is another way to say Airson in Gaelic, and that's using do. And this is an important message for us at the end of Mod Week. Please, if you get the chance, go and look at the Royal National Mods feed. But the one to do with this is use do and the prepositional and a pronoun. You would say this: Ha Gaelic ma gut. Gaelic is good for you. Ha Gaelic ma gut. So if something has a direct relationship to you, you wouldn't say ha Gaelic ma irtahon. You'd say ha Gaelic ma gut. Ha Gaelic ma gut. Just say that to yourself. Ha Gaelic ma gut. Ha Gaelic ma gut is matrik. It's good for you often. It's good for you and it's good often. Ha Gaelic ma gut is matrik. So Shinakade. That's the Airson video. If this will obviously go into my feed. Mila Tyngivers and Kate. I hope that made sense. Anyway, it's just a little thing. I hope it's useful for people who are pretty fluent as well, just to let them know how to do it. Tasha Devea, Boyd 2414, agus J Lure, and Machashaw Musnoch School Photography. But anyway, Q, Mila Tyngaiv, Eicheva, agus go and check out the mod on the Royal National Mod website, and Chi Shinshiv Eriesht, Eicheva.